About to launch. Watch the Aussie flag, and for the second time this weekend in Melbourne, Supercars are underway. Nice start by Van Gisbergen. Brown wants to argue the case. Shane out to the racing line and tries to sweep down, but he loses the lead. Does he hang on and off and outside and in the weeds, one of the Penrite cars? So did Van Gisbergen manage to hang on? No, Will Brown. And in fact, Brodie's up there as well. So not a great start for Shane on the Super Soft tyre. Now argues the case, nose to tail for the Coat cars, but Brown hangs on in turn 3.
Great job. Given the tyre compound differences, those tyres have worked unbelievably. I don't want to be on the outside now. Does he get through? Oh my God, that was close.
On the outside, turn 5 at a cold tyre. That is spooky. We've got a safety car flag, or should I say a yellow flag out there at the moment, indicating that the SC is going to go out. So whatever happened down there at turn 1, it's delivered someone into the gravel, and that someone is David Reynolds, and it's well buried. So his day is done after a very strong start in Newcastle. Came into the race today 6th in the championship. Can't believe the start for Van Gisbergen, who should have been able to convert an advantage with those tyres. What a ripping start for Will Brown. Well, that was interesting.
It was. I thought for sure that the hard tyre on that opening lap would be such a disadvantage, but he's done a remarkable job there, and he even drove around the outside to have that position taken off him. Watch this jump. It was a beautiful jump by both of them, but Brown got away really well.
The onboard would be interesting.
Little rub.
Yeah. And he hung on. I thought Shane was going to get there around the outside. There's a big lock-up back in the mid-pack, and then there was some hip and shoulder back here. The wide shot might tell a little more of the story. So nice job by Will to get down the inside. Okay, so Cam Waters, David Reynolds, and Mark Winterbottom were the protagonists down there at turn 1. And unfortunately for David, that car's been buried in the gravel. It's exactly done what it's designed to do, which is to stop the cars heading down there at high speed. If you recall, a few years ago, Nick Percat had a shocker down there. Remember, they had a brake trauma when he was driving for Brad Jones Racing and fired deeply down there. Here we are on board now with David. Listen for this. There was a bit of rear brake locking going on there, but there might have also been some other bumpers helping the cause.
So the issue there, when we saw the back of David Reynolds' car,
that doesn't look good.
Percat's car alight. That's not good. Need to get to the nearest fire stop.
Still under the control of the safety car as the cars roll down pit straight at Albert Park. They're officially clicking laps off. There was a revised time certainty for the conclusion of this race, and the reason for the safety car is we've got a situation where fire is engulfed in front of the Mobil 1 NTI Racing Ford Mustang of Nick Percat. So already taking the stop to change compounds is Mark Winterbottom, who's been ultra successful here. I mentioned it just at the start of the race in the DeWalt entry. He's been really strong here over the years. When you look at the stats, Mark, it's pretty amazing how he's been able to convert. He had a clean sweep here 1 year, which is a rarity, but a pretty hard thing to do. We've been coming here since 1996 with Supercars, missed out in 2007. And COVID interrupted proceedings for everybody through 2020 and 2021, but a huge amount of experience for Frosty, for Mark Winterbottom. And if he gets to the end of all 4 races this weekend, he'll have had 60 races on the streets of Albert Park. Clean sweep was actually back in 2015 for him. 7 wins and a couple of poles.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, nice pedigree to bring to the circuit this weekend. And they got off to a really strong start. He's enjoying the new car. Spoke enthusiastically about it yesterday. Said that he was not at all concerned by the behaviour of the car, probably from an era where they jumped around more as well, and wasn't worried at all by the temperature either. But they had a power steering problem at Newcastle, which just delayed their progress, but good strong start. We'll get back into the lane now with an update from Ree.
Nick Percat, scary moment after you just come into pit lane. First, I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm all good. I go right around fires, so I don't get too panicked, and I know what we have, you know, from my Shoebath helmet to my OMP race gear, I know I'm going to be safe. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. No, got a good start, no contact or anything through the first lap. Obviously, the safety car was out early, and I thought I could smell something down the back straight, and I was like, that's weird. But, you know, obviously the boys prep everything overnight. Could have been a bit of CRC on an exhaust pipe or something, so I thought, oh, I didn't think much of it. It's a race car, they always have smells. And then got to the third slice car, I thought, oh my God, I am on fire. So then my next reaction, honestly, was to get to the supercar pit lane. I rolled in with no power, with the extinguisher already running. But because I know how good this pit lane is, the supercar crews, every team comes together when it's a situation like that, or, you know, Slady's crashed yesterday. So credit to everyone for banding together, but, you know, I could just cry for the WAU guys. It's been a shocking start. And yeah, I might, Bailey will hate it, but I'm going to have to find the black cat and I'm going to have to sort it out.
I'm glad you're okay, Nick. I know they're about to get this race underway. Thank you, appreciate it.
Go Chaz.
And the reference to fire for Nick, 2019 Townsville, he was driving for Brad Jones Racing and his car engulfed in a fuel fire in the pit lane in Townsville. So he's been through a little bit of fire-related trauma in a supercar. Back under the control of Will Brown now as we get ready for this restart. So the co-car's in great shape, 1 and 3 at the moment. Van Gisbergen and his teammate Feeney are 2 and 4. They've been given an all clear and green. They're under the control of Will. The speed is steady at this point. Once they get to a nominated point, they can overlap but not overtake until they get to the control line, where you saw that Aussie flag a little earlier.
This is good strategy. It's on the hard tyre, remember? Get it really wide. Exactly. Well done. Very, very clever, Will Brown. Great restart.
Green flag. We're back underway. Repco Supercars Championship. The Borough Pairs Melbourne Super Sprint. And Will Brown leads them into turn 1. Van Gisbergen tucked behind. Then Kostecki, Feeney, Courtney, Mostert, Davis, Di Pasquale, Randall, then LeBrock. And a post-race investigation for what happened down there at turn 1, where David Reynolds had already gone into the gravel and triggered the safety car. Up on the outside with some grip in hand, Van Gisbergen. If he can pull it off, he has the ideal line when they get to the left-hander, but he didn't quite get away with it. Gives him a little nudge. He's in the middle of a Coca-Cola sandwich at the moment. Have a look at Kostecki having a crack here as well. What a great start to this race.
Unbelievable. Great driving by all those guys there. Real respect. Lots of room given, and Van Gisbergen's been caught back. He's gone way back to 6th after that exchange.
Sometimes when you're trying to hustle and you get out of step with the rest of the pack, you can be monster. Remember, there's differences with tyres. Courtney's got a super soft tyre and it's working to his advantage at the moment. That's him in the Snowy River Caravans entry. Mostert's in there as well on a super soft tyre. Our leader is Kostecki. His teammate Brown is in the game here as well. Now we've got Courtney up into 2nd. Chaz down the inside, and the Red Bull boys have got their hands full.
What a fantastic opening race, because we actually thought at that point there you couldn't get through 5 and 6 together. They've driven around there in dual formation without bumping each other off the road. Beautiful driving.
Hectic on the approach.